I am in a Kia on the Nordschleife. I am driving for safety rating, just going to trundle along.
25 minutes.
Trundle along at the back of the field, lots and lots of corners, hopefully by myself getting safety rating.
Follow car number 30 in the left column.
We are recreating a drive I did in a hire car VW Passat with my wife, my sister and my brother-in-law in the car on the tourist section of the Nordschleife, so cutting out this big main straight, but otherwise this entire track, which is in Germany. You pay your 10-15 euros and you get to do a lap. Your insurance is completely void and it's a racetrack. Normal road rules apply, where you keep right, being Germany, and overtake on the left. And other than that, it's every idiot and his race car or hire car or van or whatever the hell it is that you want to drive around there. So this will not be very racy. This will be nervous and slow as I nearly run into the back of a purple car.
Floor it. Green, green, green.
Apparently we're green, so everybody stay out of the way.
Yellow car right. Clear right.
That was dumb, but we avoided losing any safety rating already, which is good. Tyres are cold. This is a awful car to drive. It sounds like a tea kettle. It has no grip. I'm pretty sure the drive is to the front wheels, so it's trying to turn and steer with the same wheels, which is really bad. I'm going to just go super slowly because this is where everybody crashes. The suspension is quite firm, so it gets upset by every little bump, which means I should avoid those curbs. Those idiots are racing. Good on them. Have fun. Don't hit me. The first time I went over this rise in this car, it took off, so I'm going to lift because it's not a race car. It says it is. It kind of looks like one, but I don't know. After everything else I've been driving, this feels much more like my VW Passat rental car. There's that tea kettle winding up.
The gap's now 2.0.
Let's find a good spot for the guy behind to overtake me. That looks bad.
Keep your wits about you, mate.
So we're going to let this guy pass about here. That was interesting. Oh, he hit him. He hit him, my god. Okay. Be cautious. Just here for the experience. We're looking at the trees. Well, we're looking mainly at this red line and trying to stay on the black stuff. And then as a last thing, we might look at some of the trees. That is where I actually went off and hit that little curb in real life. Not very hard, but I did misjudge that badly.
The front has increased. It's now about 10 seconds.
Trick is now not to drive too cautiously to put off the person behind me. Wow. What have I done there? Apart from hit the barrier. Wow. Just driving for safety rating and I can't even do a lap by myself. Looking behind myself too much. Okay, 1x will do. 1x is manageable. If I do the rest cleanly, then I'll still be in the positive for SR. Yeah, I feel that as soon as I brake, it's sliding. And then it understeers if it doesn't brake. I'm sure I haven't warmed up enough tyres. I'm sure I haven't learnt how to drive it properly, but out of the box, it's just a pig. Why am I here? Well, in the last race, in attempting to avoid somebody who had spun, I lifted slightly, because that's what you do when you see a car facing the wrong way down the racetrack, and the guy behind me didn't, so he hit me from behind, automatic 4X, and my safety rating dropped. So the lesson is, to be safe, plow on through and hope you make it, because if you do, 0 times, 0x, fantastic, clean race. If you don't, it's the same 4x if you hit them at full throttle, as if...
On your right, clear right.
Yep, good job, mate. Clean take. Sorry, not concentrating hard enough on what's in front and behind and talking at the same time. How does that understeer through there? Maybe I've damaged something in that little impact. Or maybe it's just this bad to drive, but... Let's turn it right all the way into a Sunday drive.
The
Watch
gap
these
has
bumps.
increased to
See how it
9.9,
lifts?
about 20 minutes to go.
So the suspension is firm in that it jumps all the time. You can feel the engine lift in revs when the wheels lose traction. And yet the suspension being so firm doesn't actually help me corner very easily. I don't know. I guess I'm comparing it to a GT3 Ferrari and then the open wheelers that just are on rails. These are some lift-off corners. Let's get it slowed up a little bit more than that. Brake during the compression rather than up the hill. This next bit I've also stood and watched. We visited some other time and the track was closed for Industry Day. Let's not pop the engine. And we stood just there on the left and watched cars come through, these two right-handers. And bikes. I think it was bike day for half the day, which was fun to watch. And then they disappeared up here and I had no idea where they went, and now I do. Now I know that that corner is deceptive, and now it opens up into a big series of sweepers that I'm going to take at 3/4 throttle because I'm scared of what this bump will do. That one. And then we get on the brakes gently. Still scrubbing understeer as we go. Gets light up over the risers. Yep, you can hear me on and off the throttle. Just don't trust it. This corner is deceptive. It's got a big braking zone up to it and then another one in it. Mini carousel. I'm sure all these other corners have lovely German names, but I can't remember any of them. We're into the main straight. Do we survive one lap? Well, we will once we finish the main straight and then the 3 more corners at the end of that, but at least this is the chance to take a breath, double check that we are last. 16 seconds behind second last. Okay, the blue cars are the ones that are in the pits having to repair.
Now 17 seconds.
Alrighty, let's coast, brake early. Just don't trust what my brakes are going to do into this big right. And then this right onto the start finish, such as it is.
P5.
P5 is for my division, which is the blue numbers. The yellow are the Cadillacs, which are the faster cars in this 2-division race. 2 class, I guess, not division. And they may yet still be quicker than me by the end of the 25 minutes, having raced, crashed, towed, pitted, repaired, and come back out. But position doesn't bother me in this one. In fact, the lower my I rating, the easier my next few races will be. Okay, I'll show you. I'll stay planted this time. Watch this jump. That's not good. Right, you don't want to ever have wheels off the ground in a car. Makes it very difficult to stop or steer. The height of the curbs changes greatly around the track as well. At some you can put your wheels on no problem at all. Sorry, just easing off for this. Like that on the left is just a bit of paint really, it's not really a curb. The one on the right is massive. You don't want to mount that, it'll just kick you off to the left. That is in between, nice sort of runoff area. Discourages you from hitting the barrier.
15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go. Okay, Bjorn, no chances here. Let's make sure we can take them.
I am not looking for chances, Jim. Leave me alone. Alrighty, this is into the section of slower corners. The left coming up here is the trickiest one, so getting it pulled up here and then all the way in. And then you think you're on the throttle here, and just over this rise, another annoying corner. So flat in most other cars, but I'm not taking that chance through here. And this is down a couple of gears for me. Downhill braking, even more cautious. Don't want to roll on through to any of that. So they're 1:49 behind me, the guy out of the pits. And I reckon he'll catch me in, what, end of this lap? Maybe halfway through the next one, we'll see. Alrighty, big complex of slower corners, especially this into the double apex little dip. This section actually has a speed limit in real life, so you've got to slow down. I think it's 80 these days, because there's a little town there. So it's 50, there you go, you saw the sign. Often when real drivers are doing laps of this at speed, they'll turn off their cameras for that section, because they definitely were doing 50, officer, while setting record lap times. This one I've misjudged in practice once, so super cautious. Even then I went wide. So the 2 other cars behind me are in my class, so there is some advantage to keeping them behind me for my I rating if I did want to keep that up. But really, if I can finish this with a 1x for my own mistake and no more, then I'm good.
Halfway home, we've got plenty of fuel.
Whoa, okay, didn't need to brake that much for this, but I will here. And up to the carousel, the only other corner that I know the name of. Big concrete slabs, so the dunk. There, you can feel that through the steering wheel. And then the exit is a bit of a jump. Gap seems pretty stable to the car behind, so I'm going to assume they're also more or less cruising around like this, which suits me just fine. Let's not get too excited. Rolling through these. Braking in the dip. Oh, I'm getting excited and catching some curb on an exit. But one of the cars behind me has exited completely. I guess a second crash should do that. Either you damage your car too far or you just don't want to wait. It's got a virtual tow system, so it'll just give you a countdown for when you're back in the pits if it has to tow you. Whoa, I was all four wheels off the ground while holding the brake. Managed to get off the brake before it locked too badly, but once again, brake on the flat bit and try not to get airborne. Okay, take this one conservatively, braking in the green. Whoa, see it kick right as I tried to turn in.
10 minutes to go, that's 10 minutes left.
So it's 15 minutes done. Okay, gives me an idea of how long this has been. It ends, well, when the lead car crosses the finish line, which should be at the 25-minute mark if it's basically it'll give it a 1 lap to go when it's sort of within 6-7 minutes of the finish, a lap being about 7-8 minutes here. So what we got? 158 behind me, that's fine. 41 in front, don't care. They're pitting, okay. Should probably not blow up the engine in 5th gear. So why are they pitting? Some damage maybe? Or didn't put enough petrol in it? It's a fixed series, you shouldn't be able to affect the petrol. Why do I care? Why do I don't want to overtake anyone? In fact, I don't want to be near anyone. And yet, here I am going way too quickly through here in the hopes I might catch someone. Let's just make sure my foot's on the right spot on the brake.
There's a car rejoining.
That's the last thing I wanted to hear. Car rejoining.
Sector 3 is 9.1 off the pace.
I'm not racing, I'm not racing, I'm not racing. The gap is 4 seconds. If I make it closer, I'm being an idiot. He has cold tyres, he's very likely to spin. And once they get warmed up, he'll want to overtake me again. So it would be 2 chances for incidents. So if I drive like I have cold tyres, he'll stay in front of me. Oh, he's parked. Okay, he is just doing this for safety rating. Or his car's too damaged. Easing off, no jump. Braking. His car's too damaged to make it worth his while to trundle around. Either way, not a problem anymore. Great news. Now Peter behind me had said earlier on in chat that he's just here for the safety rating. So either he's going to stay 20 seconds behind me, or I'm going to pull over once he gets within 10 seconds of me and just let him go. He's not in my class, so it really doesn't matter. That's too hot into here. Let's not blow up the engine and just cruise. That's 10 seconds. So I'm thinking these 2 corners I know pretty well. We'll take them reasonably. Get him to about 7 seconds behind me. That's 8. This one sucks. Big kick out. And then this is a big fast section.
V4.
And this is a really slow section.
Faster car behind. He's racing us for position. Don't expect a blue flag.
Easy done. Alrighty, now to get back into actually driving the car. Three-minute gap to behind, which is
5 minutes to
fine.
go. 5 minutes left.
What the hell? Just kept turning in. If there's 5 minutes left, does that mean I'm going to need to do another lap after this, even if it takes me 5 minutes to finish it? If I go slow enough that I don't cross the finish until after the timer has run out, will that prevent me from having to do another? Do I want to do another now all by myself and make sure that SR gain is at its maximum? Really has turned into a Sunday drive, hasn't it? Not attacking anything. This leader is gonna lap me on 3 laps of the Nordschleife. I mean, he's 3 minutes behind, but the fact that he's even on my relative...
Neither is pitting.
I assume he's finished? Or the leader for our class. Okay, maybe it's the leader for our class.
Two minutes to go. 2 minutes.
That was dangerous. Not sure what's happening. Not braking in straight lines.
Car in front is pitting.
That white flag means one more lap.
P3. All right, Bjorn, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium. Minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Okay, Bjorn, you've used half your fuel. Henniger is now in the lead. Well done, Bjorn. Great drive. That's a podium.